Hello, I'm Garyraze of Remax Integrity here in Lane County. Today's topic is, what should you expect when you buy a home that's over 50 years old? And now back to our topic. What should you expect when you buy a nice home that's, well, 50 years old or older? Well, there are certain things that you do need to be aware of, and I'm going to go over those real quickly. Number one, you're going to need to worry about, or not worry about necessarily, but think about the plumbing. Sometimes the plumbing has the older pipes, which could be galvanized, and if it's galvanized, they can plug up after so many years. They do rust from the inside and can cut down your flow and also give you a poorer quality of water. So the galvanized pipes, if it's an issue, you simply just take the Sawzall, cut them out and put plastic in, and you are good. Another thing that happens a lot is your sewage lines to the actual street where it's taken away if you're not on a septic tank. Those are also cast iron generally, and the old cast iron ones can break apart. They can rust from the inside as well, but they can also plug up from just getting older, and also tree roots because of the fact that the home is 50 years or more. There's a lot of times when the tree roots have entered into that and blocked that as well. So that's just you can test that out when you go to buy a house simply by having a plumber do a scope. And take the scope, and he can take the camera. Basically, it's a very quick and easy and inexpensive test. The other thing that you'll find is on energy efficiency. Most of those older homes were single pane windows, and if those have not been changed out, not only do you lose a lot of heat, but you also have condensation build up on the window, and then it drips down onto your window sash down below and can stain the wood and so on. So on an older home like that, you certainly want to get double pane vinyl in there as soon as you can. Another thing about an older home is the fact that the home plan itself is sometimes not real open. In other words, they have lots of little rooms but not open spaces. And the closets, they're really pretty small as well. So that's just something, again, all of this can be fixed by remodeling. Another thing that you need to be concerned about is if there's lead in the paint. Well, if it's older than 50 years, it does have some lead paint in the house, and it's not a danger unless you sand it, and then it becomes airborne. That's the only time that lead-based paint really is a problem. After 1978, it was outlawed, so all the paint that's been put on afterwards, of course, did not contain lead. And so that's just something that you can think about if you're going to do any sanding of woodwork and so on. Another thing that you have in the house, probably if you have popcorn ceiling, I think most of you know what popcorn ceiling is. If it's an older home, it could have asbestos in the popcorn ceiling, the material itself. The later popcorn ceiling didn't, but the newer ones did. The older ones had asbestos. It's a very simple test. You just take a little piece off and you can get it tested for very inexpensive. How do you get rid of it? Well, a lot of people just try to do it themselves and squirt water on it and take it down themselves, but really that's not the safest way to go. You should contract that out. They know what they're doing, contractors that are registered to take care of asbestos, and they have to dispose of it in a certain way. Now, if it's an older home, or excuse me, if it's a farm country of any type, you might have a well issue, which always you get that tested. The other part is the septic tank. Is it big enough for today's homes? A lot of them were old 500-gallon ones. Now they're 1,000 to 1,500-gallon tanks. But the drain lines, if they're 50 years or more, they could be pretty saturated and plugged up as well. So that's another thing that you can get scoped to see to make sure that everything is good. Bottom line, older homes have a lot of charm. They have established landscaping, and they have an established good neighborhoods in many cases. So there's a lot of good pull to buy an older home, but again, you now know of the things that you would want to watch out for if you were to buy an older home. Okay, that's all I've got for this week. So until next time, I'll see you later. Again, if you have any questions, feel free to call me at Gary Raze at 541-554-5825. Okay, you take care.